Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley at sprinkledwithglitter.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today I am sharing two window card projects and one that features a super easy interactive spinner element. I think you're going to love these. And I'm using some brand new products from Pinkfresh Studio. This is their new holiday 2022 release. It is brand new in the shop today. It features some new washi, stamps, dies, hot foil. I think you're gonna love it. And I am using the brand new Ornaments stamps today. And I wanted to let you know, I'm not doing any foiling in this video. As much as I wanted to, I decided to create a project that just has a little bit of stamping on it and some stenciling. So I think you're going to enjoy this. But I did want to mention that this ornament set does have a hot foil plate available, and I will use that in a video tutorial tomorrow right here on my YouTube channel. So be sure to check back. Now, this new Holiday Elements washi from Pinkfresh Studio is adorable. It has this gnome that I have fallen in love with. It coordinates with the stamp set, the stencil set, as well as the die set. And that gnome is just too cute for words. I cannot wait to use him. Now here is the Ornaments stamp set. This has a large one-piece stamp. And when I am using a stamp like this, instead of tugging at the stamp too much, I pull the backer away from the stamp, and that keeps me from kind of stretching out these large one-piece stamps. Now I'm going to white heat emboss these ornaments onto different colors of cardstock. And so I'm loading this into my Misty stamping tool with a little bit of blush cardstock. I will have all of the products that I'm using in these projects linked in the YouTube description and over at my blog. So if you're looking for something, be sure to check there. I've prepped the surface of my cardstock with my powder tool, and now I'm inking up my stamp with some Versamark ink, and I'm just going to close this and press this down. Now I am using the new Pinkfresh Studio stamp press tool. This is not yet released, but it's coming hopefully later this month, and so I kind of wanted to give you a sneak peek of it here. And once I've stamped my images onto my cardstock, I'm going to add some super fine detail white embossing powder. I'm going to flick off the excess and heat set this. Now you'll know that your embossing powder is good and melted when it is smooth and shiny and it doesn't have that grainy look. But you don't want to overheat embossing powder because it can kind of sink into some cardstock and lose its shine and luster. So I've repeated this process on 3 different colors of cardstock, and aren't those ornaments adorable? I love kind of heat embossing onto this colored cardstock to change up the look and to add color to these elements without actually having to color. But if you like to color, you could absolutely do that. It would be so much fun to watercolor these as well. Now, in addition to the coordinating hot foil plate and die, there is also a coordinating layering stencil set where you can add color to these as well. And I decided to use just one layer of this layering stencil set to add a little bit of tone-on-tone color to this pink cardstock and to the blues as well. So I lined that up over my stamped images and used some Ballet slipper on this blush cardstock. I used the Ocean Breeze on this sea glass cardstock from Concord and Ninth. And then on this jade colored cardstock, I used the Tidal Pond. And that just gives it a little tone-on-tone effect. You could do this with more of the layers of the stencils if you wanted, but I just wanted a touch of tone-on-tone color, and I think it's a fun way to use these stencils. Now, once I've stenciled my ornaments with just that one layer of stencil, I'm going to line up the one-piece die and hold it in place with some low-tack tape, and I'm going to run that through my die cut machine. And today I'm using my Anna Griffin Impress machine. I love that machine. And I am just going to pop all of these ornaments out, and I have a ton of ornaments that I can use for projects. Now I'm only using one of each color ornament today. So after I've die cut all of these, colored them, stenciled them, whatever, I have a bunch of ornaments that I can use on future projects as well. So this is a great way to create a bunch of elements for card projects that you can then have on hand to create quick cards. And I know around the holiday card making season, we're always looking for time-saving tips And this is definitely one of those things that you can do to kind of save some time. You can create these when you're feeling a little bit uninspired and just have them ready to go. Now, I promised 2 window cards, and this is the first of those 2 window cards. I created the window on this card front panel using the inverted scallop circle die from Pinkfresh Studio, and then I die cut it using the stitched rectangle die from Pinkfresh Studio. Now on my card base, I wanted a little bit of texture and pattern and color behind this window. I'm going to adhere my ornaments inside the window so you won't see a lot of this, but I thought this was a fun way to add just a little bit of texture, a little bit of color. So I'm using the brand new Snowflake background stamp here. This also is from Pinkfresh Studio, part of their holiday 2022 release. I'm inking it up in Versamark ink, and then I took my card base and I just laid it onto the stamp and then pressed all over it to transfer that ink. And now I'm adding some white embossing powder over this stamped image, and I'll heat set that. And that's going to give me a nice tone on tone effect. Now to add just the tiniest hint of color to this, I'm going to use the Pinkfresh Studio Ballet Slipper ink and just ink blend a little bit of ink over that so I'll have a soft pink glow, and those snowflakes will kind of jump out a little more from the background. So once I have that ink blended on there, I'm going to use a little bit of silver thread. I've tied 2 strands of the silver thread into a bow. And then I've added a little Barely Arts glue along the top of the ornament, and I'm gluing this bow to the top of the ornament. And I'm going to hold it in place using my EK Success tweezers here. They are a cross-lock tweezer, so what that means is their resting position is closed. So I use these all the time in crafting, and this is a great way to use them here. So now that I have all of my elements created, it's time to assemble. I added my card front panel onto my card base using some foam adhesive. And then I added some foam adhesive to the back of these ornaments and kind of tucked them into the window all staggered. So for my sentiment, I used the Deck the Halls sentiment from the Ornaments stamp and coordinating die set. I heat embossed it onto the sea glass cardstock, used the coordinating die to die cut that out, and then I added a layer of vellum behind it and adhered it to my card front using some foam adhesive. And I finished off my card with a little bit of shine by adding some of these iridescent droplets from Pinkfresh Studio. And you can see there is my first window card. So let's take this and step this up a little bit. I am using this really cool, long kind of vintage style ornament. I heat embossed it, added the color with the stencil, die cut it out. And then I also die cut it from some white cardstock. This is just to give it a little bit of weight, a little bit of heft, because we're going to create a spinner element from this ornament. Now you can do this with any stamped and die cut image that is symmetrical. And that is why I love these ornaments, because they are symmetrical. So when I put them back to back, it is the same shape. So what I'm going to do is actually sandwich some invisible thread between these 2 pieces, and that's going to create my interactive spinner element on my card. Now I've linked some invisible thread below. It's like a polyester thread. It's really thin. I used a double length of this, so like I doubled it up using 2 strands of this and kind of sandwiched it between. I added some liquid glue to the back of one ornament. I placed my double layer of that invisible thread right down the center of that ornament, and then I'm going to sandwich the other ornament on top. So these ornaments are back to back with that invisible thread in between. I'm going to give it some time to dry so that I know it sets up and that thread is secure between those ornaments. And then I can add it to a window on my card. Now this doesn't seem like much, but when you stretch this across a window, you can create a really easy interactive spinner element, and it is such a fun surprise for the recipient. So in order to create my window, and by the way, so sorry about my crazy hair in this video. It keeps getting in the way and I wasn't even able to edit it out. So, you know, I'm just in the craft room in this 100-degree heat that we're having, 110-degree heat here in California, just trying to stay cool. So my hair is wild and on top of my head, and it just wanted to be on camera that day. So we'll just leave it like that. So I used a blanket stitch oval die to die cut a card front and a card base from some white cardstock. And now I am taking some strong adhesive. I'm using some Be Creative tape, and I'm placing my ornament in the center of that window with the invisible thread attached to the back side of this card front. And I'm just kind of making sure that it's pulled kind of taut in there so that it's not sagging when it's hanging in the middle of this window. Now I'm going to remove the backer from that Be Creative tape, and then I'm going to add some foam adhesive to the back of this card front panel. And then I can remove the backer of that and adhere it right over the card base that I created that also has a window in it. So this window goes all the way through to the inside of the card, and that ornament is suspended there by that invisible twine. Now here's where the magic happens. I'm going to wind this up and just kind of spin it all in one direction and then close my card. So pretend this is in the envelope, and then when the recipient opens it, that ornament kind of spins around and creates that kind of surprise of that spinner element. And it's so easy to assemble cards like this. Now I wanted a little greenery to accent this card front. I think that ornament's beautiful, but there's nothing like greenery at Christmas time. I'm using the brand new Festive Leaves background stencil and coordinating die set to create some really beautiful holiday greenery. It has some berries and some evergreen and holly kind of shaped items here. I started out by stenciling the first layer using Pinkfresh Studio Olive ink. And then this kind of more detail leaf layer, I used the Pinkfresh Studio Evergreen ink. For the first layer of the berries, I used Ballet Slipper. And then for the detail layer of the berries, I used Coral Reef. Now, if you use the stencil set on its own, it's really beautiful. It creates a gorgeous background that you can use on a card front. But there is also a coordinating die that I'll be using today. It's a one-piece die. So I'm just gonna line it up over the top of all of this greenery and die cut these elements. And now I have a ton of greenery that I created very quickly, and I can add it as accents on my card front. Now I'm even going to add some of these elements kind of overlapping my window, but when I do that, I'm gonna make sure that it won't interfere with that ornament kind of spinning around. So I'm adding this holly piece, kind of this branch with the berries, onto the oval that die cut from this card front, and I'm nestling it into the window of the card base, and then I'm going to close my card on top of that. And what that's going to do is that's going to place the oval on the inside of the card. So I have some kind of decorative elements on the inside of my card. Then I added a little bit of the greenery kind of overlapping the window, but making sure that it would not interfere with the spinning of the ornament or with that thread that I have placed in there. And this all came together super quickly, and I love the addition of the greenery that just kind of boosts that holiday feeling. So I'm going to show you this in action. Once again, I'm spinning that all in one direction, closing the card, and then when I open it, boom. Spinning ornament, so much fun, and I think the recipient will be really surprised by that interactive element. Now I did add some more of those iridescent droplets onto the second window card as well to add a little bit of shine, and that finishes off a very easy interactive spinner card that you can create this holiday season. Now, as always, I will have links to the featured products used in these projects in the description at YouTube, so if you're looking for something in particular, be sure you check there. Or you can head on over to my blog at sprinkledwithglitter.com. I will have that linked below. Over there, you'll find more still shots, more information, a complete list of supplies, as well as some information on a blog hop that this card project is a part of. And I think you're going to find lots of inspiration, prizes, eye candy, and more. So be sure to join me over there. Thanks so much for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed these projects, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications here on my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my paper crafting and card making video tutorials. And I would love it if you would leave me a comment below and let me know which of these two cards is your favorite today. Thanks again for stopping by. Thanks for watching. And until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day. Hey, thanks for sticking around to the very end. You know, if you've made it this far, you are one of my favorites. To subscribe to my channel, go ahead and click the button on the left side of the screen. And here's a couple more video tutorials I thought you might enjoy.